Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Ross with SiteRight. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can use dynamic and custom fields inside the email builder. So basically, this allows you to add, like, instead of just going with the normal, hey, first name, and it enters in their first name, you can add basically any field that's in on the contact card. You can use that and dynamically place that in any email. So if we're in the marketing tab under emails and email templates, we're going to create a new, and we're just going to edit this new template. And the email builder, if you're not familiar, is very similar to the drag and drop builder from the website. Essentially, you can just drag and drop elements across, and it will add them over to the view on the right-hand side, which is how it looks to a user or to a client. So if you want to add in custom elements, what we're going to do is select a text field. So for instance, like this. And if we wanted to add in the normal, hey, first name or whatever, we could do that. We're going to hit the custom values and hit contact and go hit first name. And this will dynamically place in the first name of the user into this email. So when the user receives the email, they won't see, hey, contact first name. They'll see, hey, Carl, or hey, John, or hey, Sarah, or whatever. It'll say their first name. And so what's really cool is we can take this a bit further and kind of use any of the custom values that you've collected about that person. So for instance, if you wanted to talk about the user and what they're most interested in, which is a custom field that was created in a form or a survey, you can have that information be dynamically placed into this email without you having to edit it or change it for each person. So this gives you a lot of personalization aside from just the normal first name value. It allows you to pull in any piece of data from that contact card and put it into the body of the email. So that's the body of the email, but what about the subject line? So to edit the subject line, we're going to hit the three little dots in the top right-hand corner, and then we're going to hit settings. And then in here, you can see that this is where the from, name, and email, as well as the preview and email subject lines are all edited. So if we want any of these fields to be dynamic, we can click this little tag here, and we can have information from the custom values dropdown be added into these different sections. So if I was just to send an email, I would go like Ross or Ross from SiteRight or something like that. Like put your name and email or company name, so there's context of when the user receives the email, they see that, oh, this is from so and so from such and such company. The from email address can either be typed in manually, or if a user has an assigned user to that contact, then you can put in something like the user email, which will pull the assigned user or SDR from the contact card and put that in here. And similarly, we can put in first name like this and put from SiteRight, and this will dynamically pull the first name of the user that's assigned. So in the case of like a sales flow, if an SDR is assigned to a opportunity or to a user, when that user enters the system, this will pull that user name and email dynamically from the contact card and paste it in here, and this is what the user will see. So this is a great way to make dynamic emails based on which SDR might be reaching out to any specific lead and have them be specifically edited for that specific relationship with that SDR to that lead. The preview text is going to be what is shown before or after the subject line, before the body of the email. Typically, if there's no preview text, the first line of your email is going to be shown as the preview text. This is basically a section that you can put in text that will show up in the user's inbox, but when they click on the email, that is not shown anywhere. It's just for the preview text for when you see the little preview of that email come in. That's where this section. So typically, I leave this blank because I like to have the first line of the email, which normally will contain some sort of personalization, that will be contained within this spot. So there's no reason to add any additional text in this preview text spot. The email subject line, however, is where we can have some fun. And this is where you can put in some cool customization for that contact or that user. So in this scenario, we can be like, new deal or new discount for, and then contact first name. And this will basically say new discount for, John, Sarah, Albert, whoever. And this will be shown dynamically again when they open up the email or when they see the email in their inbox. This will say their first name. And this is kind of how SiteWrite uses a little bit more of the dynamic aspects of email and custom fields throughout our entire system, but specifically with outbound messaging to your leads and to your clients. To make it hyper personalized and hyper specific to them as users and as clients. So that's a kind of a overview of how dynamic fields work. These are fields that are used kind of throughout the system. So there's a lot of kind of ancillary things that are connected to this topic, like editing custom fields or editing fields, editing responses of fields in a contact card. All of that can be done pretty easily, and there'll be other videos linked below. But so if you guys have any other questions about that, feel free to reach out to us, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.